It seems the iPhone X is coming back from the grave because the iPhone XS isn't doing so hot. Maybe.
Get daily tech news in a way that doesn't suck. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech, of course, show that gives you all the latest tech news from one geek, that is me, to another, that is you. I hope you had a great Turkey Day, a great Thanksgiving, and for those of you who didn't do the Thanksgiving thing, still just another day for you. Hey, just a quick update. There's a link down in the description to a brand new channel that we started for our podcast Recycle Bin. You know that we've had that podcast for months. We're bringing it back, but now we need a new home. It needs a new home, and so we launched a new channel because YouTube algorithm. I hate it. Trust me, I hate that we have to do this, but it would really help out if you are interested in that podcast, you want to hear us talk for an hour, or if you're a fan of Recycle Bin in general, link is down below. Go subscribe to that new channel so I don't end my life. Thank you. All right, so story numero uno for the day is about Instagram. They're making some changes to the app to de-emphasize something. Any guesses as to what? Here, I'll give you a chance to guess. Which one do you think it is? Go. The answer was follower count. Follower count was the answer we're looking for. So Instagram announced that over the next several weeks, you may see features rearranged at the top of the profile, including icons, buttons, the way you navigate between tabs, that sort of thing. Not like the grid of pictures that you're used to seeing on profiles. That's going to stay the same. We're talking about that top half where the titties are. So what it seems like right now is that they haven't actually settled on a final design change, and so they're testing different layouts to see, just to see. But the part that you'll probably notice the most about these redesigns is that, well, follower counts appear differently now. They're no longer front and center, prominently at the top of your profile. Nay, now smaller font and de-emphasized quite a bit. Because they want you to have a meaningful experience, and follower counts don't mean nothing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but this sounds a lot like what Twitter just did with their profile redesign, where they did exactly that, de-emphasized follower counts. As you can see, I guess I'm just curious as to why this is like a big focus for the companies to do. I guess follower counts don't matter that much, but to like purposely try to de-emphasize that to make it mean like how many people are actually butthurt about how many followers they have or don't have? I'm just curious. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you for this change in follower count? Does it make you feel like a smaller person when you see somebody with a larger follower count than you? Let us know in the comment section below. Does this matter to you that it's being de-emphasized? Stick it to the man. Or would you rather just stay the same and we aren't a bunch of bitches? Okay, so real quick, I know this isn't technically tech news, but I want to throw this in the show. Just real quick, let me do what I want. An official teaser for the brand new live-action Lion King movie is out, and oh my god! Like, seriously, I'm so excited. Here, we'll show you a clip. Yep, nope, not really gonna do that. Did you really think we could? Did you really think we could show you the full clip without getting slapped down with the hammer of justice from the copyright gods? No, but holy shit, my balls just ran up inside my tummy because I'm so excited for this. Please don't be terrible. Please be great. My childhood is at stake. All right, so next up, remember that thing a few months ago that Google showed off where they had a robot AI thing talk to a human, except the robot AI thing also sounded like a human, almost more human than the actual human, and it was kind of terrifying? You remember this.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd.
Yep, we are in the future, and it is kind of scary. We should not give this technology to regular-ass people. Oh yeah, but we are. That's the news. We're doing that. Google is now expanding Duplex to a quote-unquote small group of Pixel users. So according to Google themselves, they are starting a slow rollout as of today, which was yesterday, and it is now available to a small group of Google Pixel phone owners in quote-unquote select cities. Now, it's sort of important to note that Google Duplex itself, as it's rolling out, has been launched in sort of a limited state. And when I say limited, we're talking limited as compared to what Google actually showed us on stage a few months ago. For now, though, if you are lucky enough to have access to Google Duplex, you are going to be restricted to restaurant bookings only. So no haircut appointments, I guess. And I guess some restaurants also will be unavailable for reasons that, well, you won't know. You just try it. I don't know. Give it a try. So not only in select cities with a select group of people that only does a limited thing, but it also only speaks English right now. Sorry, everybody else. Okay, so is this terrifying? Yep. Is it really freaking awesome? Also, yep. This is amazing that we can do, well, we can't, they can do this. Welcome to the future, people. Now, I think this is less, at least for Google, less about just giving it to people and be like, hey, give it a whirl. And instead, this is purely about collecting data from like the average user to see how people use it and interact, how the robot interacts with more regular humans, and just purely a data collecting aspect for Google. They want to collect as much data before they roll this out to more people. That way, it doesn't fuck up with more people. Fuck up with a small group of people before you have to fuck up with a large group of people. You know what I mean? All right, now let's talk about iPhone stuff, specifically iPhone 10. It turns out what is dead may never die. So months and months and months and months and months ago, we reported that Apple was getting ready to discontinue the iPhone 10. At least it seemed that way for when the iPhone XS came out, iPhone XS Max. They would discontinue the iPhone 10 so it didn't completely cannibalize sales of the new ones. Effectively, it looks exactly the same. The average consumer, that's what they see. It looks like the new phone. They go in, they go to buy it, they see that the iPhone 10 is actually a cheaper device, and they're willing to go with that. It seems like a better deal. So it's better for Apple to just discontinue that, not allow that to happen, and completely remove that option. So the iPhone 10 does not completely cannibalize the sales of the new ones, the iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max. But it seems that Apple is willing to budge. They're willing to bring the iPhone 10 back, and according to a report, that's exactly what they're doing. So Apple has actually restarted production of last year's iPhone 10. Now, to clarify, this is a report from the Wall Street Journal, so I'm going to give you the information and you just do with it what you will. So again, according to the Wall Street Journal, this is happening because of lower demand, or at least lower than expected demand, for the iPhone XS and XS Max. Now, the reason this is happening, allegedly, is because of an agreement that Apple made with Samsung to purchase a certain number of OLED display panels. And now, in order to meet that quota, they need to start making some changes, and one of those changes includes bringing back the iPhone 10 into production to try to, well, meet the numbers. Now, let me be clear right off the bat, this is not good news, right? So I talked before, like when Apple was originally thinking about discontinuing the iPhone 10, at least when we started to hear reports of that, I'm the one that said it's a great idea because that phone will cannibalize the sales of the new one. I still stand by that statement, Apple. It's gonna fuck it all up. You do this, which apparently you are anyway, done. The sales for the iPhone XS and XS Max, moited. Just moited. Now, let's be fair here, right? We're still talking tens of millions of units. So we got to remember, this is subjective to Apple. So as much as a lot of people want to hate Apple and just use pure emotion down in the comment section, but it's flopping, it's failing, they're doomed, Apple's doomed. We're still talking more individual units sold than any other manufacturer. So let's remember that, all right, kids? But subjectively, with Apple, this is bad news bears. And in my opinion, is really fucking stupid. Like, they are playing a dangerous game right now. They do this and they will almost immediately kill and tank the sales of the iPhone XS and XS Max. If they just bring the 10 back, that's instantly a better deal and makes sense for most consumers. That's almost something that I would do, that I would be willing to do as a consumer, is just buy the iPhone 10 if it was still around, and I'd probably be just as happy. Apple, you're playing a dangerous game if you want to sell these phones, but then again, hey, you decided you're not going to disclose units sold anymore, so that kind of puts us in a little pickle, doesn't it? Now, the only way this does work out in Apple's favor is if one of two things happens. This makes sense to me if number one, yes, the Wall Street Journal article is correct and they need to fill some sort of quota with Samsung. That makes sense. Whatever, this seems like a really desperate move to do that, but okay, whatever. Like, they would have to be super desperate and sort of in trouble to be willing to cannibalize the sales on purpose of the iPhone XS and XS Max just by bringing the iPhone X back into production to meet a quota with Samsung. But okay, we can assume that is a great option. Number two, and this is what seems more likely to me, what makes more sense in my heart area, market share. This would be purely a market share point of view. So instead of focusing on units sold of these new devices, they would focus less on that, and that wouldn't necessarily be their goal. They just need people to buy iPhones, period. Apple would slowly move into the, and this sounds weird to say, but the attempt to try to sell software instead of hardware. Get people in on some sort of deal if they want to get the previous model iPhone X, and that gets them wrapped up in the Apple ecosystem. We already saw that according to Apple sales, their services are doing really well, like App Store and stuff like that. So if they can get people locked in, if they can just seduce them in by a cheaper iPhone X from last year, that might work. It seems like a market share push to me to try to get people to switch. I don't know if that would work, but market share makes a lot more sense than anything else. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Either way, not good news. Apple's not in trouble. They're not doomed, but this is not a good look. Comment section below. What do you think?
And now, today's sponsor.
Parents of the audience, talking to you. With the rise and eventual takeover of the internet, how do you know that your kids are not out making deals with Nigerian princes or staying up till 3 a.m. getting wrecked on Fortnite Mobile? That's right, you don't. Not without Spizy. Spizy is the ultra-simple device monitoring software of the future today. With Spizy, you can keep tabs on basically everything. App usage, GPS, call logs, messaging, and even geofencing, to name a few. And Spizy is compatible with both Android and iOS, so no device is left out, especially when setup is just 3 easy steps. Count them with me. Register account, connect the target device, and start monitoring. With over 1 million users and 100 plus business partners, Spizy is the premium solution to safe and accurate device monitoring. So check out the link in the description below. Also, that is a special link that gives you a sweet discount. Try out Spizy, and of course, let them know we sent you. And that's the show. Hopefully you liked it, you learned something. If you did, hit that like button. If you hate my stupid face, hit the dislike button. And if you're new here, subscribe. Because why not, right? Why wouldn't you? Okay, goodbye.